Houston Rockets basketball has officially started. The preseason is underway. We have regular season basketball beginning in just a few weeks here. And I got to say, it's preseason. It's preseason. Who really cares? But week one, especially, or sorry, I should say game one, especially, Jaylen Green, Alperen Sengun, Thompson. These kids had a phenomenal game. Cam Whitmore had a phenomenal game. I had to drive to get out of Tampa last night, and so I had to watch this game today. And I was really surprised because, I was reading tweets, I was reading articles before I officially, sat down and watched this basketball game. And kind of just the discourse I saw on Twitter and just post-game articles in general, it was so pessimistic. I was very surprised. People are very hypercritical in preseason basketball, preseason sports in general. I've never really understood it, especially one game. For example, the Houston Rockets scored 22 points in the first quarter yesterday. They only gave up 12 to the Utah Jazz. They ultimately lost. But it's preseason. If you saw the fourth quarter lineup, you understand in general, it's preseason basketball. Who cares about the actual outcome of the basketball game? Who cares about the score at any point in the basketball game? I was just very concerned, concerned. I was very confused how concerned people were with the first quarter. They only scored 22 points in the first quarter. They did score 40 in the second quarter, but they gave up 37. It's at the end of the day, this is a very, very, very young team. Very young team. I think this team is going to shock a lot of people. And I know, especially because of Reed. Actually, we'll get into it in just a second. Before we get any further into tonight's video, hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily Rockets content. That's it. Let's try and get this video to 100 likes to start off the preseason. That would be pretty dope. Jaylen Green's a good example. Jaylen Green last night, 21 points, 3 rebounds, 0 assists, 7 of 14 from the field, 4 of 9 from downtown. He did have 4 total turnovers. All of those were in the first quarter. He got off to a slow, shaky start, just way too sloppy with the basketball. But once again, it's preseason, the first quarter. In the second quarter, all of that just aged very poorly because Jaylen Green, I'm telling you, man, I know we've been saying this for at least 2 years now. This is going to be the year, in my opinion. This is Jaylen Green's 4th year. This is a big-time deal for not only the Rockets, but Jaylen Green and his future, whether it's with Houston or not. It's a big point. You're going for that second contract here. This is a contract year, man. I think Jaylen Green is about to have a phenomenal season, and, it doesn't even necessarily need to be, 25 points per game. If you're giving me 21 on 7 of 14 from the field, 4 of 9 from downtown, paired up with Sengun, paired up with Jabari, Freddie Double V, Dylan Brooks, all of these cats, I'm going to take that. I'm going to take that for sure. Speaking of these young kids, Alperen Sengun, man, this guy is so good. 17 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 6 of 8 from the field, 1 of 2 from downtown. Very important number there. Taking 2 threes, making one of them. He only played 22 minutes. He also had 3 steals and a block. If this was a regular season game, folks, Alperen Sengun probably finishes with 35. I mean, this is by far the best player on the Houston Rockets to me, and I don't mean that obviously in any type of shade. This is one of the better young kids in the NBA in general. And he's about to have a crazy season. And just the one thing, preseason recap or not, the one thing I want to see from Sengun this upcoming season is not necessarily being less flashy. I don't have a problem with the flash because I think that's, part of the allure to his game. Think Nikola Jokic, like we have for the last couple of years. One thing I just want to continue to see Sengun do that we see in glimpses is just be aggressive. I mean, last night, for example, Lauri Markkanen, Walker Kessler, the whole Jazz defense, nobody can guard this guy. He's so crafty. He's so talented. He can score anywhere on the court, especially in the paint. This guy, he's just so methodical with it that I think Alperen Sengun, this is a superstar here. This is at least a star, and if he can take that step like he did last year, folks, the sky truly is the limit for this basketball team. Jabari Smith Jr. got going kind of when Ime Udoka decided to, let the bench mob hop in. 7 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, 3 of 7 from the field, 0 of 1 from downtown. But Thompson, we got to talk about Amon. 13 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 6 of 8 from the field, only played 21 minutes, 2 steals, a couple of turnovers, but it's preseason basketball, and yeah, he's in his sophomore year. We're going to deal with some turnovers if we have to. Alperen Thompson, offensively, the kid's a winner. I don't really know how else to explain it. He looks much bigger than he did last season. Alperen Thompson's just a winner. He's just a stud, in my opinion. And I think I tweeted this out earlier today. It really wouldn't even surprise me as long as the minutes are there. And that's like the big thing with the Houston Rockets team in general is there's so much talent, veteran talent. Freddie Double V, Dylan Brooks. Now you got Steven Adams as your backup center. There's so much talent that you're just wondering, like, who's going to fit in? Who's getting the minutes? What's the actual rotation going to be like? What are the subs going to be looking like? If Alperen Thompson plays, 28 minutes a night this upcoming season, whether it's this year, next year, or the year after that, Alperen Thompson's an all-defensive kid already. And it's evident the second you watch him, all right? Moving down the list here, the last guy we got in the starting lineup, Freddie Double V, Rockford's finest, 2 points, 1 rebound, 8 assists, 0-4 from the field, 0-3 from downtown, only played 15 minutes. Just to kind of outline it for you, he played 15 minutes, he had 8 total assists. I think Freddie's just kind of underrated last year for the Rockets' development in general, and you're about to really see it now that the Rockets are about to be a winning basketball team. My prediction still is easily 50 games. I know the Western Conference is absolutely loaded, but this team is so young that they have the legs, they've got the bodies, they've got the talent, they've got the depth, they've got the coaching, they've got it all to win 50 games in an 82-game season, all right? Now, I get it. Maybe that's a little bit hot because of the loaded Western Conference, but you're about to see, in my opinion, why Freddie Double V and Dylan Brooks were signed by the Houston Rockets 1 year ago. Yeah, you're definitely going to. Steven Adams, working his way back from injury. We saw, especially on screens, how talented and important he's going to be for this team, especially just getting separation and, letting guys like Jaylen Green and all these kids getting wide open shots because Steven Adams sets a pick, you're not moving. Cam Whitmore, phenomenal football game. Jesus. Cam Whitmore, phenomenal basketball game. 17 points, 6 of 8, 2 of 4 from downtown. Had a couple of steals. He had 3 steals to be exact. Cam Whitmore, just the efficiency. I mean, the dude scores pretty much a point per minute he's out on there on court, and he's a bench player. I mean, this was a unanimous top 5 pick like a couple of months before he got drafted, and he fell onto our laps. Just kind of crazy. We're running out of time. Reed Shepherd playing a little bit quick, but you can see he's going to certainly play into a role winning basketball-wise. 4 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 of 7 from the field, 0 of 4 from downtown, couple of blocks and a steal. Reed Shepherd, whatever his role is this upcoming year, he's going to be huge to the Rockets' success. We'll do a more deeper dive when I'm not in a hotel room. Thank you guys for watching. It's been a while since we've been making consistent NBA videos, so thank you. Hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily Rockets content. Give me your thoughts from last night's game down below, and we'll see you soon. Peace.